in Sedona, Arizona. Just finishing up my day of clients. Tonight is the full moon, so I wanted to come on here and share some insights around the full moon. And today's format's going to be a little bit different than usual, so you can let me know in the comments whether or not you like this format. I'm going to be working with the cards a little bit more, and I'm actually today going to be pulling cards for each sign. So whether it's your sun sign or rising sign, I definitely recommend that you listen to all of the signs because I'm going to weave in another dimension of messages that are connected to the themes of each sign or the houses that they're in as it might relate to things that are going on in your life. So, full moon happens exactly at 9:34 p.m. Pacific time, so that's just a few minutes after midnight on the East Coast. And then if you live in a European country, it's going to be around 8 a.m., I guess. So, this full moon in shamanic systems is sometimes referred to as the seeding moon or the blooming tree moon. So, this is a time where we're all blooming and blossoming into ourselves. And I feel like it's important for us to keep that overarching theme in mind because there's a little bit of a challenge energy happening with the fact that the Libra full moon is in opposition to an alignment that's going on with the Sun, Jupiter, and Chiron in Aries. So we want to keep in mind that there's this bigger picture theme around blooming and blossoming because the energies around this full moon give us a reflection on matters having to do with me as opposed to we, right? Aries is all about me, it's all about individuality, self identity, self expression. I'm going to get more into that in a little bit. And Libra is about we. Libra has themes around relationships, it's about balance, harmony, things of that nature. Now, because we have the Sun and Chiron in a conjunction, and Jupiter is in that alignment as well, this actually does give us all big opportunities to have making advancements with our healing processes because Chiron is about old wounds and healing. Jupiter is positive, fortunate, supportive, growth oriented energy. And then the sun, self expression, right? So, with this alignment in and of itself, we're all having an opportunity to experience deep healing regarding old wounds that more than likely are at least somehow connected to relationship themes in our life because again the full moon is happening in the opposition to the sun in Libra. Now, one thing that you can do is if you have your natal chart, you can look to see specifically where the Aries house is falling and the Libra house is falling. And this will give you more pinpointed insights as to exactly how you can consciously work with the energies of the full moon in the best way. I'm going to use my chart as an example because I am an Aries rising. So Aries is in my first house, which is the natural placement for Aries. And Libra is in my seventh house, which is the natural placement for Libra. And natural placement, meaning the first house of Aries is self expression, the seventh house of Leo or of Libra is relationships, long term partnerships. So for me in my chart, I'm literally having that dynamic of me versus we and having reflections around What do I need? And how is that serving the relationships in my life? Or how are the relationships in my life supporting me in embracing more of what I need in my life? It can go either way. Now, just a few more things about the astrology here before I start getting into the cards. In this particular full moon, there's really not anything directly aspecting this full moon other than that opposition. So, that opposition between me and we, deep healing around self and relationship things is the main theme. However, there is another uh, aspect going on that I mentioned in the video that I uploaded the other day for the astrological energies for April. And this is this grand water trine that we have going on, which is coming with some sextiles also. And that makes that kite shape that I talked about in that video. So I'm not going to go into the details of that configuration here, but you can watch the April Energies video to actually see a diagram of that. But a grand water trine is when we've got three uh, water signs making trine aspects to each other. And a grand trine is very positive, supportive energy. This one happening in water signs can make us feel, especially with the full moon, more connected to our sensing feeling body, more connected to our emotions, more connected to our intuition. Now, specifically, the trine is happening between Mars and Cancer, which is trining Saturn in Pisces, which is trining the south node of the moon, the transiting south node of the moon in Scorpio. Now, the south node of the moon represents our sweet spot, our comfort zone. It represents talent, skills, abilities that we were born into the world with or that we cultivated in our early life. And then Saturn and Pisces, we've been talking about because that just happened a few weeks ago, which helps us to start bringing a little bit more structure and form to whatever our soul centered dreams are. And then Mars in Cancer gives us a drive towards self nurturing, self care, and putting a little bit more self love into the most private sectors of our life. All of this, well, especially the south node, obviously is in opposition to the north node. So this grand water trine ultimately is giving us a boost of growth in the direction of north node themes, which represent our true soul calling. So this blossoming energy that we have going on right now with the full moon can be specifically channeled in the direction of what your bigger picture soul calling themes are in your life right now. So here, I want to go ahead and start getting into the cards. Now, also, we do have, it's not specifically aspecting the full moon, but it is something that we're still feeling. This is an aspect that started the other day, but we're still feeling the energy of it. And this is the conjunction between Venus and Uranus. Venus is themes related to love, beauty, harmony, which is similar to the Libra themes. And, Venus is the ruler of Libra. And so there's that similarity there, the tie in. And then Uranus represents higher mind and unexpected development. So to me, it feels like having a higher mind perspective right now, more of a spiritual awareness type of perspective is the energy that's really going to guide us through this full moon. Now, as I mentioned in the April energies video that I uploaded the other day, this full moon is the first full moon of spring. And full moons illuminate our awareness. So, right now, this being the seeding or budding moon, our awareness is being illuminated as to what do we need to metaphorically prune that has been in any way obstructing or hindering us in being fully embodying our harmony, our flow state, that sense of balance, ease, peace within. Now, all of this is the energy ultimately that's guiding us into the new moon happening in 2 weeks, and that comes with a solar eclipse. So be sure to stay tuned because I'm going to be doing another live stream on that day as well. So, here, I'm going to be giving messages for each sign of the zodiac. But first, I'm going to start with a message about, that we can all harness collectively. What's going on collectively? We're going to look at, collectively speaking, where are we out of balance? And we're also going to take a look at where are we out of balance? How can we hold space? And what action can we take to contribute to more harmony in our lives collectively? Collectively meaning the collective of humanity. And when I speak of the collective, I think of it more on the higher octave of the collective awareness, awakening level of things here. So I'm going to go ahead and start by selecting 3 cards to get a message for us collectively. How can we all be contributing to the awakening that's happening in life right now collectively? Basically, is what we're looking at here. So, first card, what's collectively out of balance? Which is the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Now, when the Seven of Pentacles comes up in the right side up position, it's the energy of pausing, reflecting, acknowledging how far you have come, and then making decisions around how you want to be investing your energy in moving forward. In the reverse position, it can speak of uncertainty along those lines, uncertainty around where we collectively want to be investing our energy, or a frustration around maybe knowing how we want to invest our energy collectively, but feeling a little bit stuck with that. So, this being indicative of what's out of balance. What's out of balance is collectively in humanity, we're really not feeling supported in contributing positively. And it feels like that's because of, like, the lower vibrational things that are going on certain levels, which I'm not even really going to name and talk about, but we can say the 3D realm of things that are going on with the structures in our life connected to what's going on politically and all of that really does not support like a collective contributing to the mass awakening, but we can't let that thwart our efforts, so to speak, right? I really feel that the key in bringing positive change is individual, grassroots, each one of us individually putting positive energy in the direction of supporting collective awakening in whatever ways that we can, even if we're not feeling supported by that externally, is a good move. And then the next card we're going to look at is how can we hold space for that? And they're called seers in this, I'm sorry, seekers in this deck, but it's like the Knight of Swords. So the way that we can hold space for, the change that we want to see in the world is very connected to keeping your focus on that higher mind level. Try not to get sucked into the 3D realm of life, anything that might be bogging you down in the realm of worries, fears, concerns with daily life's experiences. Staying focused and dedicated to higher awareness, higher perspective, uh, higher mind illumination. This is a time, especially with that Uranus conjunction with Venus, where we can be receiving transmissions of awareness from higher realms of guidance. Now, when you look at this card, you can see that the figure in the card literally is looking towards this cloud here, right? Keeping the intent focused on higher awareness. So, this is what we can all do individually to hold space for an awakening that's happening. We are living at a time, in fact, I feel that what's going on collectively in the world is really a reflection of the cosmic energies that are happening right now, where we do seem to have disjointed energies. We do seem to have opposition happening, people polarizing on one side or another side. Unity consciousness, inclusive consciousness is really where it's at right now, especially with Pluto having just dipped into Aquarius. And so the last card I'm going to pull for the collective before we start getting into the individual signs is, where can we invite beauty? Where, how, collectively can we join forces in our grassroots effort to hold space and invite beauty, harmony, which is a Libra theme? Awesome. It's the Sybil of Cups, which is like the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. This is the energy of imagination, it's intuition. This is the archetype of a person who's a natural healer, intuitive. And so holding that space of inner peace, harmony within us, allowing our intuition to be what guides us on our own individual paths, being in our harmonized flow state is how we invite beauty in. It feels like this is really a grassroots effort right now, one person at a time, each of us individually doing our part to hold space. Now I'm noticing this porpoise dolphin uh, in the foreground here, which also is very connected to higher mind and telepathy. And so, really tapping into your own intuitive awareness, whether those are intuitions that are happening within you on like a heart chakra level, or if you feel like you're getting transmissions of downloads from the realms of spirit, the way to invite beauty and the way for each of us to be anchors of light and beauty right now, and I mean spiritual beauty, the energy of walking in beauty in our lives. Again, grassroots, we have to be that energy ourselves. We have to be the energy that we wish to see in the world. Obviously, it might sound cliche, it's a little bit of a saying that goes around, but that really is the energy that's showing up. So now I'm going to start getting into each of the signs. So we're going to start with Aries. If you are an Aries sun sign, Aries rising, or somehow otherwise have a strong Aries Mars signature in your chart, this message is for you. And these messages that are coming up are going to be messages that help you individually work with the energies that are showing up for the full moon and the 2 week period before the full, or the 2 week period of the full moon and the next new moon, which is bringing us into that eclipse. So listen up if you have Aries sun, Aries rising, strong Aries signature in your chart somehow. Again, I am an Aries rising, so whatever message this is that comes up is going to pertain to me as well. If you know your rising sign, I advise listening to both the message for your rising sign and your sun sign. Okay, let's take a look here. Aries, what's coming up for Aries? Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. So for Aries, you are being guided to flow with processes of change that are showing up in your life right now but holding space and trusting the nature of the changes happening around you and staying focused on what your personal intent is, which is what this little illuminated dot in the center of the wheel represents. This is reminding me of a quote that I just saw the other day, and I actually shared it on my Instagram story because I loved it so much. It's so true, and this is perfectly fitting for the message here. And the quote was, life nothing in life is happening to me. Everything in life is happening for me. So, if you have a strong Aries signature in your chart, you're being asked to embrace the energy of change as even elements that might feel outside of your control, as dynamics that are happening for you in ways that are ultimately going to support you in rising into whatever that higher timeline is that's connected to the North Node kite formation that we've got going on. So let's go ahead and come into Taurus. Taurus energy. Listen up if you're Taurus sun, Taurus rising, or strong Taurus emphasis in your chart. It's interesting because it's the Queen of Pentacles coming up reversed. It's interesting because Taurus has to do with our resources, our values and our resources. And it is an earth sign, and pentacles relate to the element of earth. When the Queen of Pentacles shows up in the upright position, it is the energy of lavish, flourishing, plenty, abundance. This comes up for people who are entrepreneurial, very Taurus related themes, and who are multifaceted in their talent, skills, and abilities, and very comfortable in their abilities to sustain themselves, materially speaking. So when this comes up reversed, it feels like Taurus, you are being asked, encouraged, supported to really reach into maybe aspects of your talent, skills, and abilities that you know that you have, but haven't been exercising or utilizing or expressing. It feels like there's an opportunity for you to shine through reconnecting with aspects of your talent, skills, and abilities that have been somewhat dormant or not active. And I'm just taking a look here that conjunction that we have between Venus and Uranus is also in Taurus. And so, again, that dynamic is all about higher awareness, tapping into higher awareness about how maybe you can contribute to the world. This may be your relationship with the Venus in the mix. And again, Venus is also the ruler of Taurus. So there could be personal relationship themes coming up for you, or it could be how you're relating to the world, how you're relating to your life. And what are you feeling guided to contribute? What have you been feeling guided to maybe circle back around to and reactivate in your life in a way that's new and aligned with who you are now? So let me know in the comments how you guys are liking this format. If you guys are liking the thing of me going through all of the signs, I'll keep doing it, but you got to let me know in the comments. Okay, Gemini is next. Listen up if you have a strong Gemini theme in your chart, Gemini rising, Gemini sun. And, Geminis are the archetype of the messenger. And the card that's coming up for you is the King of Wands. King of Wands. The kings are always about empowered self leadership. Wands can be about creativity. It's a lot about whatever feeds a sense of meaning and purpose on our soul path. So, Geminis, you're being invited by the cosmos to step into your empowered self leadership. Now, when I see this sun here, to me, it looks like an eclipsed sun, which we're coming into a solar eclipse in 2 weeks. So it feels like getting all your eggs in a row or ducks in a row or however you want to say it. Now is a really good time to pay attention to what's being illuminated in your awareness around the message you want to bring to the world, perhaps through your life involvements. It can be through work, friends, family. What message are you passionate about, and how are you feeling guided to express that message out into the world, right? Also, if you're a person who has themes going on in your life that are around Gemini themes, communicating, socializing, sharing information, learning, studying. The message is about you got to be the one to guide yourself forward. No one's doing it for you. It's time to, you know, uh, buckle up the bootstraps and be prepared for forward movement in alignment with what your personal message is, what your personal sense of journey is right now. There's specifically an insight around sharing what you're passionate about because of the suit of wands. Chances are, whatever intention seeds you put in motion right now for you are going to completely flourish in the summertime because wands are about that. Okay, next, let's get into Cancer. Cancers are the feelers, the empaths. Really, all of the water signs are empaths, but let me see what wants to come up for Cancer here. Message for Cancer for this full moon over the course of the next 2 weeks. This is a time of sharing, giving, receiving positive vibes. The Ace of Cups activates the sensing, feeling part of you, but in ways that are supporting well being, upliftment, even joy, celebration. So, for those of you who have strong Cancerian energy signature in your chart, this is a celebrational time of giving and receiving, sharing love in all expressions, family, friendships. This could be a time of tending celebrations and things like that. Leo. Leo is all about expressing creative self expression, manifesting what's coming up for Leo. The Knight of Cups. So, Leo is also a lot about romance. Romance is in the picture for you, Leo, for the next few weeks. There's a highlight here. Now, it's not only about romance with other people, the concept of romancing yourself, letting yourself be in your own upliftment, your own desire body, your own joy about your creative self expression. These are the types of things that are coming up for you. It's a time of exuberance, a time of getting out and about. Like, one thing that's coming to me psychically right now is that this summer that's coming around the corner really is the first summer that we've had in a long time that we don't have as many restrictions as we have had in the past few years. So for sure, Leo's ready for that, right? Leo's ready to bust out and enjoy social environments, creative self expression. And this energy is super supporting that. So this is a really good time to maybe make plans for the summer, as well as taking advantage for fun, socializing opportunities that are coming up over the next 2 weeks. And again, these messages, if you're just now chiming in, if you're chiming in late, these messages are pertaining to the next 2 weeks between today's full moon and the new moon that happens in 2 weeks from now. So let's go into Virgo. Virgo is the archetype of the healer. Let's see what wants to come up for Virgo. the Page of Pentacles. So Virgo likes to analyze the plan forward. And this is exactly what is connected to this card. This is considerations around what your plan forward is. Now, again, the pentacles are earth energy, and Virgo is an earth sign. So, Virgos right now are utilizing the energy of the full moon to have illuminated awarenesses around. It could be what professional growth oriented goals you have, or financial goal oriented goals are. I have several planets in Virgo in my own chart, and I find that all of a sudden, for the first time in my life, I'm beginning to be a little bit curious about investing in stocks and things like that. I don't know anything about it. I'm just learning about it, but this is really a match to this type of energy. Considerations around how you want to invest your energy in a tangible growth direction, whether that's financial growth, career growth, or other things that somehow equate that. So that's what's up for Virgo for the next few weeks. Now let's get into Libra. Libra, this is your full moon. Let me take a sip of my tea here. So if you're a Libra, Sun, Libra rising, you're really feeling this, or Libra moon. The Death card is coming up. So the Death card is an energy of metamorphosis. It literally is rising into higher dimensions of yourself. This card depicts it as the mythical bird, the phoenix, rising up from the ashes. And so this is very much representative of birthing into your higher frequencies, the higher octaves of you. The Death card in the tarot really does not represent actual, literal, physical death. It's metaphoric of a releasing of anything that's no longer serving you, so you can rise into some type of rebirth and renewal. So for Libra, this next 2 weeks, you are taking flight, especially with this kite formation that we've got going on that I talked about earlier. You're really having a boost of positive growth. It's inspiring energy. And so, yeah, let me know in the comments how that's showing up for you. Another cool thing that we can do here is, as we're progressing through the next few weeks and you're seeing how these energies are ending up shaping up for you, you can always stop back at this video once again and share what your experience has have been with the energy of these next few weeks. So now let's go into Scorpio. Scorpio is the archetype of the alchemist, transformation. Let's see what's going on. The 10 of Wands is coming up reversed. This is a card that has to do with boundaries. When this card comes up right side up in a reading with a person, it typically indicates that their energies being encroached in on by life's experiences in ways that feel heavy or burdensome. In the reverse position, it's shaking all of that out. So Scorpio, this next 2 weeks, you're undergoing your own process of self alchemy by shaking off anything that's been burdening you and resetting your space, creating whatever type of energetic container it is that you need to support whatever your intentions are. This is what is showing up for you. Now, also, I want to say that with the 10 in the tarot, 10 is a number of integration. It's a process of integration that happens when one cycle of our experience in life is coming to a completion, a new cycle is opening up. And right now, metaphorically, we have one foot in each realm where we're sort of realizing what we can is of use to bring with us into the new cycle, and shedding or releasing anything that's not needed. So, Scorpio, you are in a process of soul alchemy right now, shifting and changing, moving into a whole new cycle of experience is what the solar eclipse is going to bring you into. So, it's a really good time to get clear on what it is that you either already sense or feel that you are shifting into, or revisiting intentions around what you desire to shift into. Scorpio is all about the desire energy. And so, literally using that word, what do I desire to shift into, rather than just thinking about it, will, like, using the word desire to tap you into you on that sensing, feeling level, and following what feels the direction that your desire is pulling you is going to be the best use of that process of alchemy that you're experiencing right now. Sagittarius, the seeker, the explorer, the adventurer. If you're a Sag, Sun, Rising, or have some type of strong Sagittarius in your chart, listen up. This message is for you. And you've got the Five of Wands coming up. So, this is about going your own way, your own path, staying focused on you rather than getting caught up in any type of competitive or comparing games. Now, when fives come up, the fives in the tarot present a challenge usually. It's not an extreme challenge, but I like to call them pop quizzes from the universe. It's a small challenge that ultimately is meant to support you and serve your growth. And so for Sagittarius, it's important for you to really just stay focused on your trajectory, your growth, your intentions, without getting slowed down by comparing yourself to where others are on their path, or getting caught up in any type of competitiveness along the way. That's only going to slow you down. Just keep your eye on the prize, so to speak. And it's not so much about the future, but like right now, what are you seeking, exploring, pioneering right now? And just stay focused on that. The other thing that's coming up is any of you Sagittarians out there that might be having some type of challenge in your life, it's important to not really stay focused on the challenge itself or the problem itself, but rather stay focused on what the resolution can be, what the pathway forward can be, what the solution can be. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn sun, rising, strong Capricorn. You have the Six of Wands. Celebrational energy in the way that Capricorns over the course of the next few weeks should be experiencing, witnessing, and experiencing a sense of feeling supported by your peers in your environment. People acknowledging, noticing, supporting where you're at, where you're going, the direction you want to be growing into, and energetically supporting you in that. But ultimately, you have to be the one to guide yourself down that path. Six is a number of love, balance, harmony. It's a harmonizing factor. Wands is fire, enthusiasm, expansion, passion. So you're being supported by the universe, by your peers, and getting a little bit farther down that path of success, however you see that to be, and trust it. Trust it and trust in yourself. Believe in yourself. It's not enough really for your peers, your environment to energetically encourage you. You have to believe in yourself as well. So that's the message for you. Aquarians, okay. This is what's coming up for Aquarius, the Judgment card. This is interesting because Aquarians are visionary people. You're really leading edge in your foresight, in your thinking, very innovative in seeing creative resolutions, solutions, or pathways forward. And the judgment card is coming up as to say, hold on, let me take a look at this because I feel like there's something deep that wants to come up here. I feel like it's in this case that we're talking about, on one level, not getting so caught up in the mind's idea of the possible pros and cons or pitfalls that it deflates your motivation, right? The judgment card ultimately is about rebirth and renewal. It's resurrecting, being resurrected, almost coming out of a slumber of what can be self judgment, self criticism. And so for Aquarians, this next 2 weeks is supporting you in getting unstuck from those types of things so that you can resume your personal pathway of exuberance, being super, what do I want to say, dialed in or connected to that natural motivation that you have to support the collective and trusting however you are being guided, even if the way you're being guided is outside of the box, non ordinary, non traditional, right? Because again, you're the outside of the box thinker. And so this next 2 weeks is supporting you in however those dynamics of second guessing yourself have been coming in, moving beyond that and getting back on track with letting go of self judgment, self criticism, and birthing into renewed enthusiasm again. And then Pisces, the dreamer, the mystic, the shaman. The Nine of Cups reversed is coming up. So with Pisces, every sign has its high vibration conscious aspects and then its challenge unconscious aspects. Pisces, we have a tendency, my moon is in Pisces, which is why I say I have a strong Pisces signature in that way. We have a tendency to get lost in the mists of the what ifs, the possibilities. What could go wrong? What could go right? Or this is my dream, but I'm not really certain about it. This is what I want to do, but I don't know how to how to bring it into form. We just get sort of lost in this land of possibilities and what ifs, which is this card reversed. When the Nine of Cups comes up upright, this is a strong message that you are in alignment with manifesting what your deeper goals and dreams are. Typically, when it comes up reversed, we have to know with clarity and certainty what our goals and dreams are before we can manifest them. So for Pisces, especially because Saturn is in your sign now, which does help us to bring more form to our soul centered goals and dreams. This next 2 weeks, especially with tonight of the full moon illuminating our awareness, more than likely is going to support you in having more crystal clear or clarification around exactly how you do want to channel your energies in the direction of whatever you would like to create, experience, or manifest. So remember, we have to know what we're looking for before we can find it. We have to know what we're intending to manifest before it can manifest. So Pisces, tonight, this next 2 weeks, is your time to gain that clarity. And then as we're coming into the eclipse, you'll be guided on that path of manifestation. So, anyway, let me know in the comments how you like the messages for each sign format. If you guys are loving it, I'll continue to do it. I'll do it again on the new moon solar eclipse. So I will be chiming in with a live for the new moon solar eclipse. In the meantime, I'm going to upload some pre-recorded videos as well. I'm getting requests for people are asking me to put up a video about Pluto and Aquarius. So I'm going to be doing that as well. And then pretty soon we're going to be coming into Taurus season. So I'll upload a video about that. As always, when I'm uploading videos that have to do with the astrology, it's always through the lens of how the astrology is supporting our own soul evolution. I'm really into evolutionary astrology, shamanic astrology, where we're working with the archetypes to support our soul growth. And so, if you're into that type of thing, make sure you take a moment here to subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz, so that you receive notifications as to my most recent uploads. And I will see you guys around the corner. Thanks for tuning in with me here. I appreciate it. All my love, blessings, namaste, and I'll see you all in the next video.